بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Alhamdulillah, we have tawfiq to continue our study of Bidayat al-Hikmah, the first section, chapter 11, Al-Marhalat al-Ula, Al-Fasl al-Hadi Ashar, and this is about, Salaam alaikum. This is about...
Scan has completed. Warning. Advanced Mat Cleaner has detected issues that need your immediate attention. Click on Clean Now to fix...
Sorry, I repeat again. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Alhamdulillah, we have tawfiq to continue our study of Bidayat al-Hikmah, the first section, chapter 11. في أن المعدوم المطلق لا خبر عنه. Absolute nothingness cannot be something about which you give some information, or you can say it cannot be a subject for a predicate. You know, when you say Zaydun qa'imun, when you say, for example, today is Friday, you are talking about something which is Zayd or which is today. If you have absolute nothingness, ma'doom al-mutlaq, not ma'doom with respect to certain things, okay, not Adamu Zayd, not Adamu Am, not Adamul, for example, Ma, not Adamul Basar. That is Ma'duma Muzaf. We said those are things that are distinct from each other, and because those beings are different, their Adam becomes also different and can become also subject of a proposition. But just Adam, nothing. Imagine absolute nothingness. So absolute nothingness is not something that you can inform about it. You can have a predicate for it. Okay?
But mutlaq, what does mutlaq mean?
Absolute.
Absolute.
Yeah, means, as I said, not Adam which is limited because it is added to something. For example, if you say Adamul Basar, this is not Ma'dum Mutlaq. When you say Adamul Ma, Adamul Insan, this is not Mutlaq. Yeah? But if it is Ma'dum Mutlaq, means just nothingness without adding it to anything. We cannot give any information about it. We cannot describe it. We cannot talk about it. وَيَتَبَيَّنُ ذَلِكَ بِمَا تَقَدَّمَ. Allah Ta'ala says this is clear based on what has passed before. أَنَّهُ بُطْلَانٌ مَحْض. We said مَعْدُومَ مُطْلَقْ is absolute falsehood. It's absolute nothingness. لا شيئية له بوجه. It has no reality, no way you can say it's something. There is no somethingness in it. when you give information, when you describe إنما يخبر عن شيء بشيء. You can give a news about something which is something. So something becomes news for something. But nothing cannot become subject that you describe it. So you cannot describe nothing with something. Yeah, there must be something, then you bring another thing as a predicate for it, but nothing is not possible to be subject. But then there is an objection. Someone may say, look at the title of the chapter. You say, al-ma'dum al-mutlaq la yukhbaru an. This is a proposition, this is a statement. What is mawzu? Al-ma'dum al-mutlaq. What is predicate or khabar? La yukhbaru an. So in this sentence, you have yourself said something about ma'dum al-mutlaq. You said ma'dum al-mutlaq cannot be subject. But now you have described it. You said al-ma'dum al-mutlaq la yukhbaru an. This is shubha. أما الشبهة بأن قولهم المعدوم المطلق لا يخبر عنه يناقض نفسه. This objection that what philosophers say that معدوم المطلق cannot be described contradicts itself, it's self-refuting, it contradicts itself, because this is by itself إخبار عنه بعدم الإخبار. You are telling that we cannot tell anything about it. But you are telling something about it. Okay? So, what's the answer? How can we reply to this objection? The answer is what we studied in mantiq. Concepts can be considered in two ways. بالحمل الأولي or بالحمل الشرعي الصناعي. Sometimes you consider a concept just as a concept. Sometimes you consider a concept as an instance, as a reality that would have some qualities, some properties. For example, you say al-ma'dum al-mutlaq ma'dum mutlaq. Means you are saying this concept is the same as that concept. Yeah? This is حمل أولي, means المعدوم المطلق بالحمل الأولي معدوم المطلق. الإنسان إنسان. This is حمل أولي. Or الإنسان حيوان ناطق is حمل أولي. But if you mention a quality for subject which existentially, not only conceptually, is true about it, that is حمل شایع صنعی. For example, you say الإنسان ضاحك. Or you say, for example, al-insan, for example, ya'kul, yashrab. This is not hamla awwali, because between subject and predicate, there is no unity in concepts, it's unity in existence. It means two things in the real world now exist together, are next to each other. Okay? So, if you say al-ma'dum al-mutlaq, and you mean real ma'dum mutlaq, it doesn't exist and it can never become subject of any proposition. But if you mean the concept of ma'dum mutlaq, yes, the concept of ma'dum mutlaq, we can think about it, we can bring it to the sentence, we can make it a subject, but the concept of ma'dum mutlaq is not really itself ma'dum mutlaq. The concept of ma'dum mutlaq itself is a reality. we use it as a mirror, as a means to reach and refer to real ma'dum mutlaq. Okay? In order to make it clearer, let us give you another example. This example, I think, is clearer. Kulli. Say, what is kulli? Al-kulliyo ma la yamtani'u sidquhu ala kathirin. Yeah, a concept which is kulli means it's not impossible to be applied to more than one. Anything that can be applied to more than one instance is kulli. It's universal. Okay, this is kulli. Opposite to juz'i. Juz'i yamtani'u sidquhu ala kathirin. Zayd, Amr, Bakr, names of the cities, names of the places, these are juz'i. They can only be applied to one reality. Okay? But if you tell me Zayd is juz'i, Amr is juz'i, Bakr is juz'i, so juz'i is applied to many things. What is the answer? We say this is mafhumul juz'i. Mafhumul juz'i is kulli actually. Mafhumul juz'i can be applied to millions of things. Every human being has a name, proper noun. Our names are all juz'i. Yeah? Or juz'i. But when you say all these names are juz'i, does it make juz'i kulli? No. But how you can say these are all juz'i? Because our mind has the ability to take a concept which is kulli, but by that kulli concept refer to all juz'iyat. Zaydun juz'iyun. But this juz'i itself is kulli. Okay? Because this juz'i is a concept which is general, but the way we use it is not bil haml al-awwali. We are not using it as a concept. We are using it as a means to refer to the external realities. Bil haml al-shaya. Another example in the book, Sharikul Bari Mumtani'un. A partner for God, second wajibul wujud, is impossible. So if someone says, but you are talking about it, it has become subject of the proposition. We say this is not Sharikul Bari. We are not able to bring Sharikul Bari to sentence. This is a concept that we use to talk about Sharikul Bari, to understand some of the realities about Sharikul Bari. But this is not really Sharikul Bari. This is Sharikul Bari bil haml al-awwali. This is mafhum of Sharikul Bari. Not Sharikul Bari bil haml al-shayed. Not the reality of Sharikul Bari. Okay? So, please look at the book. This shubha, this objection that ma'dumul mutlaq la yukhbaru an contradicts itself, because this by itself is a kind of informing that we cannot inform about this. We say you describe ma'dum mutlaq that it cannot be described. فَهِيَ مُنْدَفِعَةٌ. This shubha, this objection is removed, is rejected by what comes later when we talk about al-wahdatu wal-kathra. In the previous book also we had discussion. Remember we had about unity and multiplicity. There are different types of wahda and kasra. So inshallah it comes later. We had also this in mantiq. من أن الحمل ما هو أولي ذاتي يتحد فيه الموضوع والمحمول مفهوما ويختلفان اعتبارا ومنه ما هو شائع صناعي. We have two types of haml. Some type of haml is what we call awwali and dhati. Al-hamlul awwaliyu dhati. It is called awwali because this is the first thing that we can think of. Normally we start with the concept. And it is dhati, it's about the essence. يتحد فيها الموضوع والمحمول مفهوما. Subject and predicate are identical in concept. We are not concerned about reality. We are not concerned about wujud or instances. Just we want to say these concepts match each other. يتحد فيها الموضوع والمحمول مفهوما. موضوع and mahmul, subject and predicate, are identical but in concept, in the world of concepts, in your mind. وَيَخْتَلِفَانِ اعْتِبَارًا. They only have difference in some consideration. Please listen carefully to this difference. For example, when you say al-insanu insanun, this is hamla awwaliya dhati. Or when you say al-insanu haywanun natiq, again this is hamla awwaliya dhati. So what's the difference between these two? The late Sheikh Muzaffar rahmatullah alayhi in al-mantiq explains. He says when you say al-insanu haywanun natiq, haywan and natiq and insan are the same. The only difference is tafsil. Haywan and natiq is analyzed form, detailed form of insan. Otherwise it's the same thing. Insan, haywan natiq are equal. What about al-insanu insanu? This is very difficult to explain. What's the difference between subject and predicate? Why you say al-insanu insanu? So scholars have said we normally don't say al-insanu insanu because this is what you call tautology. It's just repeating yourself, al-insanu insanu. We normally don't say al-insanu insanu. If we say al-insanu insanu, it is when the other party has said something or has doubted something as if he is denying insan being insan. For example, if someone expects too much from human beings, says why human beings makes mistakes, why there are bad people, say al-insanu insanun. Means insan is not angel. Insan is not, something which is free from mistakes or problems. Al-insanu insanu. Or for example, one of the writers wrote this book, Fatima asked. And he says that when I wanted to talk about Lady Fatima, I thought, what can I say? I can say she was daughter of the Prophet, but this is not enough. The Prophet had other daughters. Say she was wife of Amirul Mu'minin, but this is not doing justice. Mother of Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein. So he says different things. Then at the end said, the only thing I can say is Fatima. First Fatima. Means nothing else can do justice to this. So, as you see, this is not tautology in the sense that you are saying something which is just repetitive. Because there was a point, a consideration that maybe someone thought she is less than what she is. We want to say to be Fatima is so high that you can only say Fatima is Fatima. So, for different reasons, we may use al-hamlul awwali dhati. What is important is, remember all the time, that in hamla awwaliya dhati, our concern is the relation between the concept which is subject and the concept or concepts which are in mahmul. We are at the level of concepts. We are not dealing with instances or realities. Okay? We are talking about concepts. So, one type of haml is أولي ذاتي يتحد فيه الموضوع والمحمول مفهوما ويختلفان اعتبارا ومنهما هو الشائع صناعي. Another type of haml is what is شائع, means common. Because most of the time we are not talking as hamla awwali. Yeah? People in their day-to-day life are concerned with realities, not only concepts. This is shaya, this is common, and sana'i, this is what is used in sciences and disciplines. In sana'at, we use this. When yattahidan fihi wujudan, subject and predicate meet each other in existence. They have unity in existence, but يختلفان مفهوما. Their concepts are different. In Hamla Awwali, concepts were the same, but here the concepts are different. Like al-insanu dhahikun. We don't want to say the concept of insan and the concept of zahik are the same. No, they are not the same. But we want to say there are human beings outside in the real world who are smiling. Or المعدوم المطلق معدوم مطلق بالحمل الأولي. معدوم مطلق is معدوم مطلق. You have identity, I mean unity in concepts. They are identical in concept. معدوم مطلق, the concept of معدوم مطلق is the same as the concept of معدوم مطلق. And the concept of معدوم مطلق is used to say that we cannot talk about معدوم مطلق. لا يخبر عنه. But if you tell me, what about this concept of معدوم مطلق? Is it معدوم مطلق in reality? I say no. Yeah? For example, if I talk about water, I say water is, for example, good for your health. This concept of water. Are you talking about real water? Yes. But what is here is real water? No. I mention concept of water, but I mean real water. I cannot bring real water to the sentence. Yeah? I have to use concept. But is it the concept that quenches your thirst? No. The real water. So I mentioned the concept, but I mean the instances. This is Hamla Shaya. But if I am just talking about the concept of water, that is Hamla Awwali. So, what is really impossible and cannot become subject is real ma'doom mutlaq. But the concept of ma'doom mutlaq is a concept that exists in the mind, and we can talk about concept of ma'doom mutlaq. The concept of ma'doom mutlaq is not ma'doom mutlaq. Okay? So المعدوم المطلق معدوم مطلق بالحمل الأولي ولا يخبر عنه وليس بمعدوم مطلق بل موجود من الموجودات الذهنية بالحمل الشايع. So the concept is the same as itself, so you can use it as a subject and predicate and repeat, and you can say it cannot become subject and it cannot have predicate for it, but the reality of it, no. can never become a subject. وليس بمعدوم مطلق بل موجود من الموجودات الذهنية بحمل الشايع. If you look at the concept itself, then this concept is something that exists in our mind and has no problem. وبهذا التقريب تندفع الشبهة عن عدة قضايا توهم التناقض. With the same manner, in the same way, answer to several objections can be given. There are propositions that people think they may be contradictory. We can clarify those problems. We say these are not really contradictory. توهم التناقض. They suggest, they bring to mind as if they are contradictory, but they are not. For example, al-juz'iyyu juz'iyyun. At the same time, we can say al-juz'iyyu kulliyun. Al-juz'iyyu juz'iyyun is true because everything is itself. But al-juz'iyyu kulliyun, because this juz'i can be applied to many juz'iyat. Or sharikul bari mumtana'un. Sharikul bari is impossible. But at the same time, it is possible as a concept. We are thinking about it. We are talking about it. So it's something that. Or الشيء إما ثابت في الذهن أو لا ثابت فيه. Anything, it's either in our mind or not in our mind. But then you said, either it is in mind or it is not in mind. But this it's not in mind is also now in your mind. Yallah sabit fi zihn. Something which is not in the mind. This is in your mind. We say this is the concept of what is not in mind, not the reality of it. Like when you say al-wujud al-khariji, the concept is mind, but wujud al-khariji is outside. Wajhul indifa. So, to explain why these objections are all not relevant and they are rejected, is أن الجزئي جزئي بالحمل الأولي كلي بالشائع. Juz'i is juz'i. If you want just to use the concepts and be identical in the concept, you can repeat. You can say juz'i juz'iyun. But if you really look at the concept of juz'i, the concept of juz'i is kulli. Because many billions of things, we have billions of human beings, each of them has a name, and they are all juz'i. So, concept of juz'i is applied to billions of juz'iyat, particular things. Or sharikul bari bil haml al-awwali. But mumkinun, it's contingent, it's not really wajibul, because sharikul bari has to be wajib. Because we say there is no partner for God, means there is no second wajibul wujud. So what about this concept of sharikul bari? We say this is not wajibul wujud, this is mumkinul wujud, it's a concept in mind. Or Allah sabitu fi dhihn, la sabitun fi dhihn bil haml al-awwali. But Allah sabitu fi dhihn is something that exists in the mind. Okay, I just mentioned as much as it's in Bidayat al-Hikmah. Inshallah, if we study more, then there is a way maybe better than this, explaining this better. Because sometimes Haml Awwali and Shaya is for concept, sometimes it is for Haml. There seems to be here not a clear distinction between these two. So it's better to say it in this way. I don't want to go into details, but it's better to say in this way. That any concept, sometimes you consider it as a concept, sometimes you consider it as a means to reach the instances. The concept of kulli as a concept is something which exists in mind. But the concept of kulli can be applied to many things. Then we have al-qadiyya, the proposition, which is either haml awwali or haml shayi. And that is then about the relation between predicate and subject. So sometimes you have two types of considerations for subject, for example. You say al-juz'iyyu bil-haml al-awwali kaza wa kaza, al-juz'iyyu bil-haml al-shayi kaza wa kaza. Sometimes you say al-juz'iyyu juz'iyyun bil-haml al-awwali. Here, haml al-awwali and shayi is about haml, not about mawzu. You understand? So, if we want to say this in another way, it's better perhaps to say this way instead of the way which is in the book. We can say ma'dumul mutlaq as a concept is not ma'dumul mutlaq, and we can talk about it. Al-ma'dumul mutlaq bil haml al-awwali, we can talk about it. Quite opposite to what is in the book. Because in the book it says al-ma'dumul mutlaq, ma'dumul mutlaqun bil haml al-awwali. Okay, but then it says la yukhbar an. Why la yukhbar an? اتفاقا we can say المعدوم المطلق بالحمل الأولي يخبر عنه. المعدوم المطلق بالحمل الشائع لا يخبر عنه. Okay, so maybe it was better if the distinction was made between two things, حمل أولي and شائع, as two considerations for subject, حمل أولي and شایع as two types of قضیه حملیه, two types of حمل, not two types of موضوع being considered. But I think you got the idea anyway. The idea is that when we use a concept, we can have different ways of considering that concept. Sometimes we use a concept as concept, then it doesn't fall under the same category of the instance to which it refers. Mafhumul ma is not liquid. Mafhumul ma is something in the mind. Mafhumu sharik al-bari is not sharik al-bari. Mafhumu sharik al-bari is the mind. Mafhumu sharik al-bari is the mind, not real sharik al-bari. Mafhumul ma'dum al-mutlaq is not ma'dum al-mutlaq. It's something that exists, it's in our mind, and we can use it, we can talk about it, but we can use it to refer to the instances. Okay, inshallah we continue the study with the next chapter after Salat. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.